let me simply make this observation. The first time that I stood here on a Friday, the first of these debates that I participated in last year, happened to be on a measure about the legal age at which you were allowed to take Botox as a treatment. And unlike today, when I'm, as usual on a Friday, in a minority of one or two, there was actually an extraordinary consensus on all sides. I think every single speaker argued that it was right to raise the age of consent for Botox from 16 to 18. Now, that was the message that came from the crossbenches, from the Liberal Democrats, from Labour, and from the Conservatives. And we heard all sorts of arguments, including one or two from peers who are present today, about how this was consistent, because we treated 18 as the age of consent in almost every other regard. And peer after peer stood up to explain that 18 was the age at which you could get a mortgage, or buy a bottle of wine, or get a tattoo, or buy a knife. And one after another, people said, yes, absolutely right, there's such a thing as an age of maturity, and if we've decided that 18 is that age, then we must end these loopholes on things like Botox, tattoos, and so on. Well, okay, fine. If that's as a country, if that's what we decide is the age of maturity, are we seriously going to argue that 16 and 17-year-olds should be prohibited from doing all of those things, but should have the right to vote on whether everyone else is allowed to do those things? Are you seriously confident that that will be seen as a purely disinterested measure without any partisan calculation behind it? My lords, I suggest that one way to encourage turnout and to tackle the cynicism of some of our voters is visibly to stop playing partisan games with the franchise.
My lords,